Good afternoon, Chairperson Levin and members of the Committee on Youth Services and the Committee on General Welfare. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Orayne Williams, and I'm a social work intern at the Bronx Defenders. The Bronx Defenders represent tens of thousands of clients each year, including youth and young adult, many of who are homeless. We support the reforms included in the bills before you today, and to help explain why, I would like to share some of my story. I never had the luxury of living a stable life. I moved from Jamaica to the United States, from shelter to shelter, and from school to school. Adapting to these different environments was very difficult and caused much emotional distress. I remember washing one underwear repeatedly each night and placing it on the radiator for it to dry by morning so I could go to school. How can I forget the sleepless night, dense in fear, and choked by the feeling of being unwanted and unloved? I believe that the true effect that homelessness has on the population it plagues is often overlooked and misunderstood. Homelessness is not just the obvious idea of being without a physical home. It also encompasses aspects such as breaking up family, which silently dehumanizes a person's psyche. I know this is true because I once was homeless. In 2009, my mother and I were forced to move in a family shelter in Bed-Stuy after the police raided the home that we lived in due to residents selling drugs. I remember riding the 6 train to Path at 2 a.m. in the morning. I sat across from my mother who was holding my sister in her hand. I watched as they both slept. My tears carved my face because I too wanted to sleep. But then I thought, who would protect us if I did? After living in the family shelter for 8 months with my mother, she asked me to leave. I was now homeless and without family support. It was 2 weeks before my 18th birthday, and it was cold and snowing outside. I walked through the shelter door and down the slushy street. Trying not to drag my bag on the ground, I did not once look back. I only had 1 hour to get to Covenant House. I began to run, not stopping to pick up my clothes that fell out the bag. I made it in time, and I was able to stay at the Covenant House for 2 months. Though it was not family, and though the food was not the best and my things were not safe from being stolen, I felt safe and I had a bed to sleep on. I remember struggling to finish my college application because having to sign in before curfew and not having computer access at the Cov, but I also remember the staff accommodating my needs, and I felt supported and believed in. After the Cov, I was placed at SCO Independence in 1, a transitional living program where I lived for 8 months before moving into college. The staff there was supportive, and they supported me even 2 years after leaving the program. I mentioned earlier that homelessness has the ability to erode hope and to dehumanize a person's psyche. Therefore, I strongly believe that providing shelter with empathetic staff to New York City homeless youth is giving them another chance to feel loved and wanted. Thank you.